Hey, it's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and you can follow me on Facebook by Anderson Shel. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a video. Just search for Shel Anderson. And you can also follow me on Pinterest, Twitter, or Instagram. I would like to thank you for joining me tonight. This is our Tuesday night crafting session, and tonight I have a card by request. I have a customer who wanted to learn how to do a specific card, and I don't even know what the fold is called. She just sent me a picture and she wanted to know if I could show her how to do this. So by request, this one is going out to Pam tonight. So basically I just grabbed a sheet of crumb cake, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score that at 4.25. And that is going to be our gorgeous card base tonight. And I'm just going to grab a bone folder and we will burnish that edge. Okay. Next up, we have a strip of DSP. Since this is a light colored card, I am going to leave it, the crumb cake, on the inside. Usually I put a sheet of Whisper White cardstock on the inside, but tonight I think I'm just going to leave this, and we'll just pretty it up with this strip of leftover DSP. And that color that you're seeing there is Rococo Rose. Okay, that gives us lots of room there to write our greeting. Next up, I have a piece of, it's not laying very flat for me tonight. Okay. Next up, we have a piece of Rococo Rose. This is 4 by 5.25. So we are simply going to put this on our card front with our tombow. Get it straight here, and I see I have a little bit of overhang. I need to take care of that because that will bother me. I'll just grab my snips and turn it over, and we'll trim that little piece off. Okay, so there's our card base. So next we're going to do a little bit of measuring. This is a piece of DSP, and you're going to need to decide which side you want for your front. I want the stripes for my front. So this is 3.75 by 5. So we are just going to put a little tick mark at the 2.5-inch mark. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little tick mark over here as well. Oops. At the 2.5-inch mark. Okay, now we are going to measure in on that line. See, that's why I put one on each side. So we are going to measure in on that line about 1.5 inches. Okay, so there we have that. So before I go any further, I'm going to grab an eraser, and I'm going to erase this tick mark over here. And then I'm going to take my paper snips, or you could do it with your paper trimmer, and I'm just going to cut that, and then I'm going to erase that as well. All right, that's all the measuring we have to do. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my scoring board. Now you can just fold these if you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my finger and feel that I'm in the track, and I'm going to close this and I'm going to score up to that mark. And then I'm going to do the exact reverse. I've got my corner here, and I'm just going to feel that I'm in that track. And I'm going to score again. All right, let me get this paper trimmer out of the way, and we will continue our journey. So now that's going to make it super, super easy for me to fold that edge back. See how easy that was? Okay, that one's off just a titch. All right, I'll fix that. I think I made it worse. There we go. All right, now I am going to take some Tombow, and I am going to glue these flaps open. And this way we get to see both sides of the beautiful DSP. All right, so far so good. Now we are going to attach this to our card front. I really can't remember. We made one of these cards a long time ago, but I really can't remember what this is called. What this fold is called. I don't know whether it's called a peekaboo card. Perhaps that was it. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm crooked. Let's see if I can get that straightened up before it sets. Then we'd be in trouble. There we go. All right, so there we are so far. Now I have a Rococo Rose 2.5-inch circle, and I have a little rough edge there that I need to take care of. And I have a 2-inch circle. So I had this left over from a project that I did earlier, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to use up a bit of this. I'm just going to trim that little sprig off, and I am going to put that there after I put a greeting on. So I need to find a greeting, and I'm thinking perhaps this little hello might suffice, because I'm going to need something pretty small, right? All right, I need a foam mat, because I am going to stamp with a block. And I am going to use Memento Black ink. There we go. Easy peasy. I just saw this piece of greenery or crumb cakery, haha, and I thought, you know what? That'll bring in the card base. We're going to use it. So I'm just going to do this. And then we're going to mount that on the Rococo Rose circle. Like so. And then I'm going to trim off what hangs over the Rococo. Now, if I bring in a couple of dimensionals, we are almost done this card. All right. And I'm just going to pop this one right about there. That looks pretty good. Okay. I have a box full of embellishments here. And I'm going to see what I can find to put on here. I don't know whether I have anything in the Rococo Rose or not. Probably not. I may have something in the crumb cake line. Now these are retired, but we're going to use them. These are really old. These were called candy dots. I think we'll use 5 of these tonight. And there we have it. All right. I don't know what this is called, but I'm calling this the Peekaboo card. Okay. So that one went out by request. So I'm going to clean this little mess up, and then we will get started on our second project. And our second project tonight is actually multiple, and I mean multiple projects. It is a sort of, and I'm doing air quotes here, sort of a one-sheet wonder. But before we do that, I have to share a gorgeous Christmas card that I got in the mail today from one of my customers. This gorgeous, gorgeous card was sent to me by Carol and her sister Edie. Isn't that gorgeous? That is that beautiful Christmas rose. Came out last year and is still available. Gorgeous. Thank you, Carol. Okay, tonight's project. We're making 4 cards. And because lately I have been doing a whole lot of bright and colorful cards, like I've been in the bright family a lot, and I realize that. So tonight I am purposely going subtle. I know. What is she thinking? That's not her. But I'm purposely going subtle. And I have 3 sheets of cardstock. I have 1 Whisper White and I have 2 in Mint Macaron. So we are going to cut our cardstock at 5.5 for our 4 card bases. Okay. And then the Whisper White one, we're going to cut this down before we do anything to it. This one is going to be cut down to 10.5 by 8. So I need to put the arm on my trimmer. So there's 8. So we're going to cut off that little sliver. And this one goes to 10.5. And we're going to cut off that little sliver. Okay, we are ready to do some stamping. And this is going to be a little strange, but you're going to be amazed at the end. I'm going to bring in my mat here So I have a nice flat surface. My desktop is textured and I want a nice flat surface to stamp on. I have 3 stamp sets. I have Touched My Heart, which is a host set. I have Beautiful Friendship, which is on page 123. And I have Forever Fern. Okay? And I have loaded up some blocks here, and we are going to do some stamping. The colors I have chosen are Blushing Bride, So Saffron, Mint Macaron, Balmy Blue, and Highland Heather. All subtles. So I am going to open up the Mint Macaron first. And we are going to grab our leaf stamps. And I have 3. And we are going to do some stamping. So we're going to stamp in a cross pattern. And you're thinking, what is she doing? Well, you guys just watch. So I'm going to stamp all the way down the middle. And I'm going to stamp out like so. And I don't know if I'm going to use all of these stamps that I've got loaded up here. We will see. Now I have this one. I'm going to put a few of these in as well. I'll put, actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I am going to open my Blushing Bride, and I'm going to bring this image in from the Forever Fern, and we're going to stamp a few of those. Okay, we're going to stop for now. We can bring that back in if we need it. Now I have a flower image, and I'm going to bring in the Highland Heather. And I am going to stamp this one. All over. All right, we'll set that one aside. Now I have these little buds, and I am going to stamp those in So Saffron. And I'm just filling in here and there. And I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but that's okay. Do not panic. You are going to be amazed when we are done. All right, so there's our little buds. And now I have this. No, I think I'm going to bring in one more color. I'm going to bring in Pear Pizzazz and bring in a different leaf. Some little leaves. How about this one? Hope this isn't a mistake. All right, maybe one up here. Maybe another one right there. One there. One here. And one there. There, that's good. All right, I'm going to close up some of these ink pads, and I have one final one. We haven't used the Balmy Blue yet. I'm going to bring that one in. And we are going to use the texture stamp from the Forever Fern. It is the one that has the little dots on it. And we are going to do that in Balmy Blue. And this one is going to be kind of more towards the white areas. And wherever there's a hole. Just to add some texture and kind of fill in here and there. See me stamping intentional and then stamping off here and there. All right, I think that's good. So we have kind of a hot mess going on here, but I will show you. It will all become very clear here shortly. I am going to bring in my paper trimmer and turn it right side up, and we are going to cut this down. So this was, how wide was this again? This was 8 inches wide, so we're cutting this at 4. Okay, you with me? Cutting at 4, and then we're going to flip it, and this is going to be cut at 5 1/4. All right. Those two aside, and then 5 1/4 here, and we'll set those two aside. While I have that paper trimmer out, let's score our card bases at 4 1/4. There's 1. 2, 3, and one more makes 4. All right. Now I'm going to bring these pieces in. All right. This is how we stamped it, right? Remember? That's how we stamped it. So now we have 4 card fronts, and in these open areas, we can stamp our greetings. And how you're going to stamp your greetings is dependent upon which way you think the leaves look better, okay? So we're going to bring in the Stamparatus for this because we don't want to wreck it now that we've actually got it looking good. So I have a sympathy stamp here that just says with sympathy, and that one is going to go right there. And I'm going to use Memento black ink for this. And we will stamp it down. Once again, one more time and we should be golden. I like nice, crisp images. Okay, so there we have a sympathy card front. Now, next up, how about a birthday? Birthdays are the best days. So we will grab this stamp, and how about this card? That looks good. Make sure it's straight, Shelly. Tip it up here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, we'll ink this one up. Need to do that one twice. Beautiful. Birthdays are the best days. Now, I've got quite a pile of stamps over here to clean. Let's do this one. This is a beautiful greeting. For the beautiful ways you touch my heart. Let's pop this one right on here. So as you can see, you can make 4 cards and you can put 4 totally different greetings on them, or you can just leave these cards with no greetings until you need them. Ooh, I have a little touchy there. That does not make me happy, but we will embellish it, I promise you. Okay. There's that one. We have one left. What shall I put on here? Oh, here's another nice one. A very big congratulations and best wishes to you. That could be for anything. Be for an anniversary, a birthday, graduation. Looking good. Of course, it's going to stick to my base. There we go. All right. So I will get this Stamparatus out of the way and we will get our cards put together super, super quick. And I'm just using Tombow. And popping it down on the card front. And I just thought of something that I should be doing right now that I didn't do with that card. I wanted to put some of this gorgeous ribbon on. So we are going to do that, and we need to embellish this card anyway. I'm going to cover up just a titch of that B in beautiful because that's where my mistake is. So I am going to use a bit of this. Well, maybe I have some. Yeah, I do. All right. Where was I going to put this? Right here. So I'll put a little bit here and a little, well, maybe I will. And a little bit here. I'll just wrap that around. Like so. And trim off the excess. Okay, now I need another card base. Here we go. And I am going to use my Tombow once again. And bam. Now we'll just take a little titch of this and cut this off, and we'll put a little knot in here. Cover up my little smudge, and we will have a cute little faux bow here, or faux knot. Gorgeous. Only thing I need now is a glue dot, because I don't like it when my ribbon moves around. So I'm just going to put a glue dot underneath there. All right, onward. Birthdays are the best days. I think I am going to put some ribbon on this one as well. And just need to figure out where. Somewhere about there. Let's just flip this over. Wow, that's giving me grief today. There we go. All right, I'll flip it so I know that it's straight. And tuck that on. All right, back to Tombow. So I guess this is a one-sheet wonder, but we're actually creating our own DSP for it, right? It's because I wanted the blank spaces there to stamp the greetings in. You couldn't really get that unless you had a very specific DSP. I have sticky fingers. All right, there's that one. We have one more to go. If I can get the ribbon off my gluey fingers. This one I don't know whether I want ribbon on there or not. I do not know. Maybe something a little more subtle. A little more subtle. I have a fine mint macaron ribbon that I think I will use on this one. I don't think the gingham ribbon suits a sympathy card. So I am going to change it up with this one. Wow. Give me grief. All right. I'm going to stick this one on, and then we'll wrap it around. See if that's straight. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, some Tombow. And then down on the card front we go. Some of this stuff out of the way. I need a little piece of this. There we go. I don't know whether I like that knot on there. I think I might want a bow. Let's give that a whirl. It's going to be a tiny one. Let's see what we like better. Oh yeah, I think I like the bow better. If I can get the knot off now. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut it right close and put the bow on top. All right, first up, a glue dot for under that ribbon. So it stays in place. Bam. Now we need a glue dot on our bitty bow. I'm going to have to fold this glue dot as well because it's such a little piece. And bam. All right. Now we'll just trim up these tails a bit. Maybe. Now I have them uneven. Okay. All right. Now I am going to bring in some rhinestones. Surprise, surprise. I'm not putting any rhinestones on that one. I will, however, put them on the other three. And I'm just going to put 3 on each to zazz them up a little bit. And up in there. And then one more. This one has no ribbon. It's sad. It's very sad. I wonder if I can put some around the top. What do you think? No, I can't. I may be able to just put a bow on this one though. Let's try that. I think it needed a little something something. All right. we have it. Let's give it a whirl. See what happens. Whoops. If I just put a bow, oh yeah, that'll work. I'm just going to put that bow up in that corner. We'll cut some of those tails off because they're way too long, but we'll stick our bow on there. And then we'll grab our ribbon scissors so we don't struggle and butcher it. And we will cut off some of those tails. Like so. Now if this one had a few rhinestones, we'd be all set. All right, if I can get my mess out of the way, we'll have a peek. All right, there's our sympathy card. A very big congratulations and best wishes to you. Birthdays are the best days. And for the beautiful ways you touch my heart. All right, that's those cards. And the one we made earlier by request, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a peekaboo, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the cards I have for you tonight, ladies. I hope you enjoyed this class. I really am glad that you guys are supporting me and that you're joining me. Some of you join me 3 times a week. I'm here Tuesday nights at 7, Thursday nights at 7, and Saturday mornings at 10:30. All right, ladies, that's it for tonight. Bye-bye for now.